Good evening, and welcome to White Bear Lake Area High School and the commencement ceremony for the class of 2025. Before we begin tonight's program, we have a few important announcements. First, please find your seats so we can begin the ceremony promptly at 7 p.m. At the conclusion of the program, we ask that all guests remain seated and off the field until the graduates have collected their caps. You may join them on the field for photos following the conclusion of the ceremony. Photographers from Kemet Mueller Photography are here this evening and will be capturing a photo of each graduate as they cross the stage. Tonight's ceremony is being live streamed and televised and will be rebroadcast on Channel 19 or in high definition on Channel 801. Details for viewing can be found in tonight's printed program. Now would be a great time to silence your phones as we prepare to begin. Thank you for joining us. The ceremony will begin in just a few moments.
done. Graduation's done. Found a dog. I mean, recordings have started. You can edit that in on the one that I can give to my coworker. I think we've done a couple of like volleyball games that started early.
Graduates, you may be seated. Good evening, and welcome to the 2025 White Bear Lake Area High School Commencement Ceremony. Tonight, we honor and celebrate the remarkable students before us, our graduating class of 2025. I am Russ Reitz, the proud principal at White Bear Lake Area High School, and on behalf of my colleagues, we are truly honored to have you join us for this special occasion. Seniors, during the national anthem, proper etiquette calls for ladies to keep their mortarboards on, while gentlemen should remove their caps. We consider our graduates to be scholarly citizens, and it is only fitting that we begin this important ceremony by honoring the flag. Please rise as our choir, under the direction of Wendy Suya, performs the national anthem. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce the Superintendent of Schools for White Bear Lake Area, Dr. Wayne Kazmerchek.
Thank you, Mr. Reitz. I think they can be seated, correct? Yeah, you can sit. All right, class of 2025, congratulations. Welcome, school board members, fellow school district employees, and especially parents, family members, and friends of tonight's honored guests, the White Bear Lake Area High School graduating class of 2025. We are gathered here tonight, united as a school community, united in our purpose. This is a night when our community comes together to celebrate you, our graduates. I can think of no better occasion than this, when a community comes together to celebrate its youth. Each year I welcome this opportunity to address our graduates because it serves as an opportunity to share my gratitude with not only our graduating class, but also to the families, friends, and staff members who have played an important role on this journey. First, to your families, thank you for your partnership throughout the years. And graduates, please give your families a big round of applause for the love and support they have provided you. As graduates, you would not be here tonight without the support of your teachers, bus drivers, coaches, nutrition services staff, counselors, paras, and all of the employees of White Bear Lake Area Schools who make learning possible for you. To all of our staff here tonight, thank you. You have transformed lives and you are appreciated. Graduates, please join me in a round of applause for all of the support they have provided you. Tonight's celebration represents several noteworthy milestones. First and foremost, it's an important marker on your life's journey. High school graduation is one of the most important events in our lives, and we are here to celebrate with you. There are more than 6,000 people in attendance tonight, including our graduates. This is likely the largest crowd to ever attend a White Bear graduation ceremony, by the way. Another noteworthy milestone is that this is the first outdoor graduation ceremony for White Bear Lake Area Schools since 1983, the final year that we had two high schools, White Bear Lake High School and White Bear Mariner High School. And just before the district moved to the split campuses of North and South beginning in the fall of 1983. The 24-25 school year marked a new beginning for our school district as we came together as a grades 9 through 12 high school. Back in 1983, and for decades before that, the graduation ceremony took place at Price Field, which is just a few yards that way. Now, for the first time in over 4 decades, we are hosting graduation outside, just a stone's throw from that historic venue, and the weather cooperated for now. So we'll keep moving along, right? Being on campus tonight is fitting because it serves as a culmination of what was an outstanding year. As I recently discussed a school year with Principal Reitz, he attributed this year's success largely to you, the senior class of 2025. You have set a very high standard for classes that come after you in terms of leadership, academic achievement, and positive contributions to school culture. Each year I talk about the importance of understanding how interconnected we are in this world and that no one succeeds on their own. You can design your future and you will need help building it. True success comes from being a part of something greater than ourselves, from being part of a team or community or a cause and finding a way for everyone to belong. This has never been more relevant as we think about the impact that your class has had on our entire school community. As you look back on the last school year, I want to take a moment and highlight several accomplishments of some of our athletic teams, our fine arts groups, and other student groups. All of these activities play an important role in the growth of our students, and taking a minute to honor you emphasizes the importance of being involved. And here are just a few examples. We hosted our first home events in our new game gym named Galvin Court. And our first homecoming week as a unified school, highlighted by a packed gym for a pep rally and a football victory over Roseville High School in front of over 5,000 spectators. Our girls soccer team spent most of the season ranked #1 in the state. The girls cross country, girls basketball, and girls softball teams all advanced to state. Performing arts and fine arts continue to thrive. Our speech, orchestra, band, choir, and theater programs continue to flourish. Highlights this year include many ensembles and multiple students earning superior ratings at regional and state music contests. Our fall musical, Legally Blonde, earned more Spotlight Theater Awards than any other musical previously performed by White Bear Lake Area High School. And 2 of tonight's graduating seniors are finalists for prestigious Triple Threat Awards by the Hennepin Theater Trust. Yahida Nakchaklina for an amazing onstage performance, and Jacob Pashuk for important behind-the-scenes work on the tech crew. Our one-act play advanced to state-level competition. 2 of our senior athletes were named the State Player of the Year in their respective sports. In hockey, Leo Gabriel was named the recipient of the Frank Brimzik Award, given to the top senior goalie in the state. Yeah. For sure, please, yes. And Jenna Malloy was named Miss Soccer. So congratulations to both of those. This type of honor has only been awarded to 5 other Bears ever in our history, and we have 2 of them this year. So congratulations to both of you. Our cheer team won state in both traditional and game day routines. They also placed second in the nation in their division in game day competition. We had 28 individuals make it to state in their respective sports. Many of you are sitting here tonight. 25 seniors have signed so far. 25 seniors have signed their national letter of intent to play sports at the collegiate level next year. And finally, in April, the high school hosted its first ever polar plunge and raised more than $15,000 for the Special Olympics. Your work in the classroom is also notable. This year, White Bear Lake Area High School continued to expand access to advanced placement, college in the schools, and Project Lead the Way courses. More students than ever are graduating with college credit, preparing them for post-secondary success while still in high school. This class has earned hundreds of college credits. Our students thrive in award-winning career pathways programs, offering 9 tracks at the high school. Students operate the school grounds coffee shop and roar store at the high school, gaining hands-on business and customer service skills. This year alone, more than 200 students earned industry certification in high-demand fields such as construction, nursing, automotive, healthcare, and family and consumer science. With each of you walking across the stage tonight, you are continuing a trend of closing graduation and opportunity gaps. Last year's graduating class achieved graduation rates that significantly exceeded the state averages in every category, with many of our students surpassing the state average by double digits. And all indications show that this year's graduating class will exceed last year's performance. So, class of 2025, as many will acknowledge tonight, you are the first graduating class from this single campus, grades 9 through 12, White Bear Lake Area High School, this beautiful campus that our community supported and provided for you. You will forever be remembered for your voice, your leadership, and your service, and we expect you to make a lasting impact both locally and globally. Tonight, the White Bear School community honors you as an important part of our legacy. As you set out to courageously pursue your dreams, always remember the community of people behind you who care about and support those dreams. You have what you need to design your future and create your success. Now, go inspire, go achieve, go explore, go lead, and go Bears.
Thank you, Dr. Kazmierczak. One of the hallmarks of our commencement ceremony is that our students take center stage as key speakers. Through a competitive audition process, 3 students have been selected to share their reflections with us this evening. Our student welcome this evening will be delivered by Lise Arul de Almeida. Lise began her journey in White Bear Lake at Birch Lake Elementary and continued through Central Middle School. During her time at White Bear Lake Area High School, she has been a passionate and involved leader, serving as a founding member of Women's Empowerment and actively participating in the Makeup Crew for Theater, the Black Student Union, the Environmental Club, Bear Buddies, and Varsity Track and Field, where she also served as team captain. This fall, Lise will attend the University of Minnesota and plans to major in psychology. Please join me in welcoming Lise Aruli de Almeida.
Welcome and bienvenidos to White Bear Lake Area High School. I want to start the evening by thanking the school board, staff, faculty, teachers, family and friends, and all those who have supported the class of 2025 on this journey. We wouldn't be here without you. My name is Lisarel Ayoko Dalmeida, and I am so grateful and honored to be one of the few speakers on this extremely special and sentimental night. It is the graduation of our resilient class of 2025. We are here to celebrate 13 years of education, and having been educated by this community for so long, as I've been in the district since kindergarten, I truly believe the future lies in how we teach our children. But no matter what path you've taken to get to this monumental day, the most important thing is that we're all gathered here one last time as Bears. Taking a look around this arena, it may be difficult to find what we all have in common with each other, a theme you may find yourself running into in the future. Well, Bears, an experience I believe we share is the journey of growing up together. 4 years of switching from campus to campus, 4 years of change. I learned through this district that accepting change and our differences is a fundamental part of life, and being compassionate towards one another is what makes us human. That is something we share, Bears, compassion. The world is held together by the love and compassion of a very few people. That was a quote by James Baldwin, who was an African-American writer and civil rights activist, as well as an inspiration for me growing up. Throughout my 13 years here, staff members have worked tirelessly to instill the idea into each of us that we belong in this community, and that we all have more than enough strength to create changes within ourselves, within our communities, and outside our communities. This year, I underwent numerous personal changes, and with all those changes, I found it challenging to balance my emotions with my schoolwork. One winter day in class, my AP psychology teacher noticed that I was having a difficult time, and she gave me a little white paper bag. Inside the bag were 3 things: M&Ms, a stress toy in the shape of a dog, and a yellow handwritten note. Reading the note, I was immediately moved to tears and filled with gratitude that someone who solely saw me in the school setting was able to reach out to me on a personal level. I'll never forget that act of kindness, that act of compassion. The world truly is held together by the compassion of a few people. As a school, as a community, as a country, as a world, we must continue to preserve the belief in change and difference as a virtue in our lives. White Bear Lake's virtues of welcoming, belonging, and leading are some things I hope we carry throughout our walk of life. As we embark on this new journey, questioning our identity and choices is inevitable. What I hope for in the future, for every single one of you, is that in your moments of pain, hardship, or in despair, you find a silver lining, a moment of compassion, and most importantly, believe that your troubles will pass, because they will. All things must. Not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced. Another Baldwin quote. Change is an inherent drive of the human race and makes us who we are. It's what makes life interesting and what makes this day bittersweet. As a little girl, the thought of being done with high school, with all of us in our caps and gowns, always gave me a rush of urgency and excitement. Now, standing here in front of all of you, I slightly wish I had cherished the past, still trying to grasp on to whatever's left of childhood. But tonight, let's not dwell on the past. Let's live in the moment that we've worked 13 hard years for. After tonight, we'll be ready to lead the way into our future. But for the next few hours, we all belong here. Welcome, and go Bears.
Thank you, Lise. Since the first graduate crossed our stage in 1896, White Bear Lake Area High School has built a strong tradition of excellence, a tradition that continues with the class of 2025. As leaders in our high school, the class of 2025 has consistently demonstrated excellence in the classroom, in the community, and beyond. This kind of success does not happen by accident. One of the enduring strengths of our school is the high-quality instruction and the deep commitment of our faculty and staff. Tonight, I would like to take a moment to recognize and honor several of our retirees. Shauna Bowl. Karen Flippick. Katie Haney. Sue Knops. Mike Mosted. Molly Murphy. Dave Pearson. Diane Rolio. Natalie Sagdalen. Ann Vale. And Tamala Wanless. Thank you for your incredible service to the students, families, and community of White Bear Lake. We wish each of you happiness, fulfillment, and good health in the next phase of life. We are fortunate to have a school board that provides important policy, leadership, and demonstrates strong commitment to quality schools. At this time, I would like to introduce each member of the school board. I ask that you please stand and remain standing until all names have been read. Audience members, please hold your applause until all have been introduced. Chairperson Scott Arcan. Board Member Jessica Ellison. Clerk Angela Thompson. Treasurer Deb Beloyd. Board Member Dan Scarr. Board Member Kathleen Daniels. And Board Member Christina Strafe-Oji. Next, I would like to introduce our additional platform guests. Once again, please hold your applause until all names have been introduced. Jenny Shostin, Associate Principal of the Area Learning Center. Carrie Barth. Nate Beulah. Joe Held. And Matt Young, Associate Principals at White Bear Lake Area High School. Tiffany Dietrich, President, White Bear Lake Teachers Association. Marissa Vetti, Director of Communications. Lisa Oren, Director of Student Support Services. Jen Babish, Director of Curriculum and Instruction. Tim Maurer, Director of Community Services. Susan Herder, Director of Technology and Innovation. Dr. Allison Gillespie, Assistant Superintendent of Teaching and Learning. Tim Wald, Assistant Superintendent of Finance and Operations. And finally, Dr. Wayne Kazmerchek, Superintendent of Schools, White Bear Lake Area Schools. At this time, please welcome School Board Chair Scott Arcan to share a few words.
Congratulations to class of 2025. Success isn't about reaching a destination, it's about the journey. The friendship you've built, the lessons you've learned, and the challenges you've overcome. Graduation is not an end, it's the beginning to an exciting new chapter in your life. As you move forward, stay curious, work hard, and never stop believing in yourself, because we will never stop believing in you. No matter where life takes you, you will always be a bear. A bear in the wild keeps pushing ahead, whether climbing to new heights, navigating unknown waters, or weathering life's storms. Keep moving forward with the strength and determination of a bear. The world is now waiting for your talents, your passion, and your perseverance. Step boldly into the future and make a difference. Never stop being a bear by moving forward for your dreams. Congratulations and best wishes for the future. Go Bears.
Thank you, Board Chair Scott Arcan, for your thoughtful message and continued support of our students, staff, and school community. I do want to recognize two more administrators on stage with us this evening, Director of Finance, Andy Johnson, and Director of Student Activities, Brian Peliquin. And Director of Equity Inclusion, Brenton Shavers. Throughout the year, our seniors have spent time reflecting on the many memories that have shaped the journey over the past 13 years. Our next reflection will be shared by Angelina Marino. Angelina will offer her personal perspective on the moments, lessons, and experiences that have defined the class of 2025. Please join me in welcoming Angelina Marino to the stage.
Oh, wow. Good evening, everyone. I'm so excited, yet sad to be speaking to you all. Excited because look at us, we're graduating. But sad because I know this is the last time all our faces will be in the same place at once. My name is Angelina Marino, and I'm so honored to give a reflection on the past 13 years. Today marks a significant milestone in our lives, a day filled with joy, nostalgia, and anticipation for what lies ahead. As we gather here, we celebrate not just our achievements, but the journey we've taken together. Throughout our time here, we faced challenges that tested us in many ways and ultimately brought us closer together as a class. I mean, how many times do we have to change schools? Like, when we really think of it, we've experienced change since the 5th grade. Hear me out. 6th was our first year in middle school. 7th, COVID hit, and we went online. Man, do I miss those bike rides. It's funny because for being in quarantine, we sure were outside a lot. 8th grade, we were hybrid. Freshman year, our first year in high school at the OG North. And guys, we are the last class to experience the endless circles. When that warning bell rang, we knew one more lap couldn't hurt. Then 10th, we got half in the new building. Going from wooden desks to couches was a new luxury I wasn't prepared for. 11th, we went to South. And the only thing I'll miss is the library. If you know, you know, that was the hangout spot. Now seniors, we're right back here at our new beautiful school. And officially, the first class to graduate from the combined school. If that's not resilience, I don't know what is. Like, come on, let's hear it for the class of 2025. There's so much to having a unified school, but the best part is no other high schooler have to have this conversation with their mom. Mom, where are you? I'm here, I just turned on Bald Eagle. What? No, Mom, I said the game was at South Campus. You know the one by McDonald's? They're both by McDonald's, Angelina. And I'm sure she's not the only parent who's been late to a pickup or two. Looking back at it now, whether you went to Sunrise or the obviously more superior middle school, Central. Just kidding, guys. I had to get one last banter in before we're all gone. I think we can all agree that we are wishing for this moment with no idea how quickly it would come. Through it all, we came together and made valuable memories that will last us a lifetime. We beat our arch nemesis, Stillwater, in football. We survived the no phone policy. And we can't forget Mr. Reed's daily roar. No matter rain or shine, we could expect a "Go Bears!" followed with a smile from the other side of the screen. When I look around, I see laughter and friendships that were built along the way. Man, did those 13 years fly by. I think we've all heard this famous quote by Andy Bernard. I wish there was a way to know you're in the good old days before you've actually left them. And being here today, it's more than true. Even though the journey was filled with dreams and disappointments, we are grateful for the moments and people who brought us here. Thank you, Mom, Dad, and siblings, and God for being there for me every step of the way. We all overcame unforeseen difficulties, failed tests, or even the loss of loved ones. Everyone here has gone through ups and downs, but look at us now. We are here on this day, stronger and bigger than ever, with nothing but opportunity lying ahead. A new era is about to begin, and even with this long journey ahead of us, we must always remember, once a bear, always a bear. Let's appreciate the experiences that got us here and embrace the adventures await us. Congratulations, the class of 2025. We did it.
Thank you, Angelina. At this time, we would like to recognize the graduates who have made the honorable decision to enlist in a branch of the United States Armed Forces or attend one of our nation's military academies. These young men and women have chosen a path of service, sacrifice, and loyalty in the defense of our country. Words cannot fully capture the courage and commitment they have demonstrated. We are privileged to honor them this evening. We'd also like to take a moment to recognize past graduates who have served or are currently serving in the military, as well as veterans who are with us tonight. At this time, we ask all graduates entering military service, along with all past graduates and veterans in attendance, to please stand and be recognized. At this time, I'd like to ask my colleague, Associate Principal Matt Young, to step forward and start the Bears Awards presentation.
It is my honor to present the 2025 Bear Awards, the highest recognition given to members of each graduating class. These awards celebrate students who have demonstrated exceptional achievement in the areas of academics, leadership, and service. This year, as a newly unified high school, we are also proud to introduce a School Spirit Bear Award, recognizing a student who has gone above and beyond to foster pride, connection, and community. Each of these recipients embodies the core values of White Bear Lake Area High School: relationships, ownership, awareness, and respect. In addition to this recognition, each Bear Award honoree will receive a $500 scholarship. It is now my privilege to introduce this year's Bear Award recipients. Our Bear Award for Academic Excellence honors a student who demonstrates not only strong academic performance, but also integrity, leadership, and a deep commitment to personal growth. Academic highlights include a final GPA of 4.42, top 5% of the class of 2025, summa cum laude, 4-time academic letter recipient, Presidential Award winner, Community Service Leadership Award. This student has taken a rigorous and well-rounded course load, including multivariable calculus, AP Computer Science, AP Physics, Honors Chemistry, CIS Writing and Literature, AP World History, Engineering, and Spanish too. This year's recipient exemplifies not only academic excellence, but also character and heart. Known for the curiosity, humility, and drive, this student has excelled both in and out of the classroom. Whether competing on the math team, playing Ultimate Frisbee, volunteering at Eagle Brook Church, or leading through Key Club and National Honor Society, they bring focus, dedication, and integrity to everything they do. When asked what value defines them the most, they chose integrity, saying, "I believe that a person who has integrity with themselves means that they work their hardest while always trying to do the right thing for themselves and for others, and that a person like that is unstoppable." A proud product of Otter Lake Elementary and Central Middle School, they have spent the last 4 years leaving a lasting impact on White Bear Lake Area High School. One of their favorite memories in the school is the school breakfast cookout in the parking lot on the last day of school, which was a moment filled with celebration, joy, and community. Their advice to future students: don't be scared of new things, join clubs, say yes on a few whims, and be brave when you don't have confidence. This fall, they will attend University of Minnesota to study computer science. Please join us in celebrating the recipient of the 2025 Bear Award for Academic Excellence, Tyler Josephs.
Tyler, please join us on the stage to receive the award.
When asked to describe this year's Bear Award for Leadership recipient, staff repeatedly used the same words: compassionate, supportive, determined, dedicated, and a true leader among peers. This student has made a powerful and lasting impact on the White Bear Lake Area High School community. Their leadership isn't loud or flashy. It's steady, authentic, and grounded in a deep care for others. Over the past 4 years, they have taken on many roles, serving as a junior and senior class officer, a committee leader for NHS, a link crew commissioner, a captain of the dance line. Their service has extended beyond the classroom, from assisting at 4th Street Dance Center to shelving books at Onika Elementary, and even serving as a teacher's assistant for AP Biology. This student began their journey in the district at Hugo and Onika Elementary Schools, followed by Central Middle School, and has truly left their mark at White Bear Lake Area High School. They will be attending North Carolina State University this fall, majoring in biology with hopes of pursuing a career in medical research. When asked which core value represents them, they chose compassion, saying, "I know White Bear is a big high school, and that can be daunting. I found my place in clubs and activities, and I've always wanted to be that person who makes others feel welcome. Everyone deserves to be treated with kindness." One of their most cherished high school memories came during the Winter Pep Fest, their final dance line performance, after participating in captain's game and connecting with classmates. They watched the lights go out as flashlights filled the room and students sang along to "Something in the Orange." In that moment, they truly felt seen, supported, and proud to be a Bear. Their advice to other students: try everything. Join the club you think you might have fun in. Go to the event and dress up during Spirit Week. You won't regret putting on your all into all the fun moments that high school brings. Tonight, we are proud to celebrate this student's leadership, compassion, and positive influence throughout their high school journey. Please join us in congratulating the 2025 Bear Award for Leadership recipient, Morgan Holmstrom. This year's Bear Award for Service honors a student whose dedication to helping others has made a meaningful and lasting impact, both within our school and throughout their greater community. This student is a thoughtful and consistent leader, known for giving their time generously and leading with humility. They've served as key leadership roles, including on the Superintendent's Advisory Board and as a team captain, all while staying grounded in what matters most: supporting others. Their service reaches beyond school walls. They volunteered coaching youth sports, cleaned up local parks, and played an active role in service-centered programs and clubs, including AAPI, Key Club, National Honor Society, Math Team, and more. When asked which value best defines them, they chose compassion, explaining, "If you have compassion for those around you, you're more likely to understand what they're going through and be able to help them." Some of their most memorable high school experiences came from school events and sports, moments when students came together to celebrate and show school pride. Their advice to others: try new things. Don't be afraid to fail. This student began their educational journey at Onika Elementary and Central Middle School. They'll continue their path at the University of Minnesota, where they plan to major in biomedical engineering. And in one of their most impactful roles, they have served as president of Bear Buddies, where they helped create a culture of belonging, acceptance, and connection. Please join us in celebrating the 2025 Bear Awards for Service recipient, Jonathan Wong. This year's Bear Award for School Spirit honors a student who embodies what it means to be a White Bear Lake Area High School Bear through their positivity, quiet leadership, and unwavering support of others. This student leads with humility and heart. They've stepped up as a band section leader, taken on leadership roles in FCA, and consistently volunteered at their church, mentoring both elementary and middle school students, assisting with baptisms, and lending a hand wherever it's needed. They've been actively involved in football, track and field, and mountain biking, always bringing energy, pride, and encouragement to the spaces they are a part of. When asked which core value resonates most with them, they chose respect, sharing. Respect is what people need most today. Respect for others, respect for things, respect for property, and most importantly, respect for themselves. One of their favorite reflections from senior year was watching how each grade stepped up, with a senior class setting the tone and modeling leadership for the younger students. Their advice for future Bears: be bold, be who you are, not who or what the world says you are. A proud product of Lincoln Elementary and Central Middle School, this student plans to pursue pastoral ministry in college. Please join us in celebrating the 2025 Bear Award School Spirit recipient, Cole Morin.
That's not the first selfie I've had with Cole. At this time, please enjoy a special musical performance of America the Beautiful. Graduates performing with the band, orchestra, and choir, please join them now. This collaboration features the White Bear Lake Area High School Band under the direction of Shannon Anderson and Kevin Robinson. The White Bear Lake Area Choir under the direction of Wendy Suya. And the White Bear Lake School Orchestra under the direction of Anna Hazelman and Katie Henderson. White Bear Lake Area High School has a long-standing tradition of excellence, one that you, the class of 2025, has carried forward and redefined. When our two campuses became one, we weren't just merging buildings. We were building something entirely new. That takes courage, that takes leadership, it takes trust. You honored the traditions that came before you while boldly creating your own. From the first unified homecoming to Winter Spirit Week, excuse me, from the polar plunge to pickle puff, from the daily roar to the energy you brought every day, you shaped the identity of this new school. Creating culture isn't easy, there's no script for it, but you leaned into the challenge and helped answer our three essential questions every day. Do I belong here? Is this meaningful? Can I do this? You didn't just answer them, you lived them. You showed us what it means to engage deeply, to care for one another, and to take ownership of your learning and legacy. You modeled our four core values of relationships, ownership, awareness, and respect. You didn't just talk about them, you set the standard for them. You showed future bears what it looks like to roar in the classrooms, on stages, on fields in the community, and everyday moments that often go unnoticed, but always matter. Academically, you thrived. 108 of you have earned the distinction of cum laude, a reflection of your commitment to excellence and resilience through some truly challenging years. But what defines this class isn't just what you achieved, it's how you did it. You did it with integrity, with creativity, and with care. You found trusted adults who believed in you, collaborated with peers across our district, and gave back through service and through leadership. Each of you brought your own story to this school, and in doing so, you helped write a powerful new chapter for White Bear Lake Area High School. Whether you called this place home since kindergarten or joined us more recently, you helped create a culture that others will now inherit, grow, and carry forward. So on behalf of our staff, our school board, and our community, thank you. Thank you for your leadership, for your kindness, and for your voice. Thank you for saying yes to our questions, for modeling our values, and for roaring with us. Congratulations, class of 2025. At this time, I ask our school board members to please rise, and I invite Dr. Wayne Kazmerchek, Superintendent of Schools, and Dr. Scott Arkan, our school board chair, to come forward for the official presentation of the class of 2025.
It is now time for the official presentation of the class of 2025. It is my honor to affirm that the students assembled here this evening have successfully met all requirements for graduation as set forth by the state of Minnesota and the School Board of Independent School District 624. It is my distinct pleasure to present the White Bear Lake Area High School class of 2025. Class of 2025, please rise.
On behalf of the District 624 School Board and the entire White Bear Lake community, I proudly accept the presentation of the class of 2025. I hereby declare that these students are eligible to receive their diplomas as evidence of having fulfilled the graduation requirements established by the school board. Class of 2025, please be seated. We will begin presentation of the diplomas at this time. Will the first two rows please come forward?
Lise Aurel Ayoko Dalmeida.
Ikram Abrahi Muhammad.
Ruben Brown Schaus.
Lauren Elizabeth Chafee.
Angelina Linnea Marino.
Natalia Marie Eklund.
Nicholas Xander Zaya.
Lillian Marie Jenkins.
Yahida Enid Mewea Nukchiklana.
Emilio Andrades Acosta.
Gavin Terrence Farrand.
Apollo Aguirre Gould.
Kiana Marie Giese.
Gage Stephen Aguirre.
Benjamin Peter Swerzak.
Amelia Violet Aarons.
Morgan Lynn Holmstrom.
Tyler Aaron Allshouse.
Hassan Amen Hajasafi.
Victor Bernal Alt.
Lillian May Seifried.
Nutcha Armand Wait Santi.
Benjamin Matthew Knutson.
Haley Rose Anderson.
Isel Shukeya Tao.
Julian Joel Anderson.
Matthew Raymond Anderson.
Mary Jane Anderson.
William Robert Anderson.
Miles Benjamin Anderson.
Angeline Arias Vasquez.
Ashton Isabel Arnst.
Jasenia Francisca Avila.
Levi James Arvik.
Mason John Ashman.
Nathaniel Oso Asidu Mensa.
Kennedy Joe Bartz.
Chimizuru Emmanuel Ozanwu.
Otto Emils Babarans.
Maggie Marie Babcock.
Grace Joanne Bailey.
Dakota Riley Bacon.
Savannah Lynn Barger.
Luke Andrew Baker.
Carson Edward Daniel Bartos.
Tegan David Bartok.
Sienna Lynn Bauman.
Amelia Jane Barch.
Addison Renee Beck.
Trevor Lloyd Baus.
David Joseph Becker.
Kellen Daniel Beck.
Madeline Rose Belisle.
Tyrese Thomas Benkin.
Ayla Dawn Burkus.
Sean Christopher Beloyd. You're all right.
Callie Christina Berman.
Noah Allen Berg.
Bailey Lynn Burkholtz.
Sahaj Sankik Bakhta.
Reese Morgan Bjornberg.
Talis Wendell Brahanis.
Gabrielle Christine Bohr.
Gretchen Margaret Blankenship.
Ashley Lynn Bosco.
Gavin Timothy Bohr.
Thomas Walter Burgoyne.
Malia Caprice Burgoyne.
Austin Lewis Brock.
Tadiwa Brandon.
Matthew Dennis Brown.
Mary Ella Brooks Evans.
Julia Fernanda Borerke.
Linnea Charles Brown.
Libby Grace Butters.
Nathaniel Sanico Brown.
Mia Ann Caballero Parker.
Anthony Lee Bush.
Hillary Ileana Caldwell.
LJ Bouzet.
Addison Melissa Capacosa.
Lisa Catherine Calbrith.
Audrey Jane Carlson.
Trayson Jeffrey Cameron.
DJ Carlson.
Alexander John Carlson.
Amory Tao.
Christian Daniel Carlson.
Abigail Nicole Carroll.
Oliver Carlson.
Grace Eileen Castro.
Zawa Joseph Carney.
Lila Elaine Chafee.
Charles Maurice Casperson.
Nadia Amira Sharpenter.
Eric Gang Cha.
Landon John Chevalier.
Evan Chang.
Danae Alasia Christian.
Drake Shermack.
Porter Troy Cleary.
Martina Chakara Beltran.
Dylan Morgan Combs.
Isabella Chuyang Hugh.
Grace Ann Conroy.
Addison Marie Collins.
Henry Wallace Cork.
Raymond Michael Conlin.
Sophia Francis Cousins.
Jose Alexander Cornejo Hernandez.
Connor William Crouch.
Jennifer Alma Christ.
Jack Howard Cunningham.
Jordan Adrian Cuff.
Lila Claire Davis.
Ava Marie Curry.
Matthew John DeLue.
Michaela Jean Davis.
Amelia Rose DeFlorin.
Lillian Dawn Dobuzan.
Michaela Grace DeLay.
Holly Lynn Degnan.
Samuel Floyd Denault.
Maxwell James Delforge.
Ryan Lucas Dickerson.
Catherine Marie Deary.
Walker James Scott Dietz.
Elise Barbara Dieterle.
Tyriandra Tylia Dixon.
William Werner Distad.
Callista K. Donahue.
Talia Patricia Domshot.
Eric Kamal Dua.
Trace Del Dotstrey.
Nicholas Jeremiah Downey.
Malik Mamadou Doumbia.
Robert James Dressen.
Anna Mae Rose Drake.
Orion Nahele Duggan.
Alexa May Rose Duffy.
Jessie Elizabeth DuPaul.
Maxwell Evan Dumaros.
Amaya Mary Dusek.
Carter William Dusing.
Blake Douglas Eckerly.
Bailey Emma Edicus.
Elaine Sandra Edicus.
Tanner James Edstrom.
Kira Lynn Eicher.
Lindy Marie Eichinger.
JD Brandon Eichmiller.
Amber Lynn Ide.
Peyton Rose Eck.
Chaz Charles Elmore.
George Robert Elliott.
Caitlin Rose Erickson.
Connor Joseph Erickson.
Isabella Lynn Evans.
Grant Henry Evans.
Owen Michael Farrington.
Luke Thomas Farrell.
Ashley Nicole Fisher.
Bo Christopher Finseth.
Brady Miles Fitzgerald.
Logan Matthew Fisher.
Jackson Michael Fleming.
Celestine Louise Fitzgerald.
Travis Craig Floor.
William Charles Fleming.
Henry James Forrest.
Yahir Flores Olivas.
Natalie Reese Cottle Frazier.
Tyler James Fondow.
Madison Marie Freedy.
Peyton Clarine Fawkes.
Jacob James Furlong.
Lacey Lee Friedolfson.
Jack Michael Gabrielson.
Kate Presley Furman.
Marin Mache Gautzer.
Leo Cole Gabriel.
Blanca Garcia Logori Fuente.
Olivia Lauren Getke.
Moa Ayasu Gameda.
Gwen Marie Gallatin.
Gavin Gerst.
Priscilla Garza.
Michael Andrew Gibson.
Gabriel Matthew Gerlach.
Hannah Teresa Gilbertson.
Jacob Michael Gerton.
Tyler David Glick.
Eric Thomas Gilbert.
Ryder Blue Gokin.
Joseph Richard Glovitz.
Celia Jean Goris.
Jonathan Lee Gobin.
Sora Lynn Graham.
Peter Gogra.
Emma Rose Graven.
Gabriella Nicole Grace.
Maya Carolyn Greenbaum.
Mia Christine Grambo.
Andrew Davis Green.
Damani E. Green.
Elia Elsa Gromberg.
Reese Linian Greenbaum.
Darian Allen Grunwald.
Malaysia Renee Griffith.
Audrey Elizabeth Hayes.
Danae Leanne Grund.
Sophia Helinda.
Noah Edward Geispers.
Alyssa Lynn Hamlin.
Bailey Joe Haynes.
Miles James Hannon.
Sophia Ann Haley.
Isabella Rose Hanscom.
Callie Jane Hammock.
Eva Ann Haskins.
April Marie Hanscom.
Marshall John Hawks.
Lindsay Marie Hanson.
Lawson William Heath.
Aiden Dean Hartman.
Addison K. Hemquist.
Ashley Ann Hawks.
Jonathan Gregory Hendrickson.
Dominic Murphy Hayden.
Carter John Herdgen.
McKenna Elizabeth Heaton.
Lauren Grace Harrett.
Emerson Jane Heisey.
Tyler James Hilderman.
Haley Ruth Hendrickson.
Nicholas Petchel Holden.
Samantha Elizabeth Hendrickson.
Matthew Hodge.
Austin James Herman.
Brian Javon Hogan.
Jamie Christine Herring.
Connor James Holty.
Lydia Rose Hill.
Madison Marie Hood.
Amelie Claire Hodge.
Keith Matthew Houchins.
Alexandra Lynn Hookman.
Lily Cecilia Howard.
Tori Elise Holloman.
Megan Claire Hulla.
Sophia Kiara Elizabeth Holtz.
Alara Hubbard.
Charles Walter Horowicki.
Matthew James Hunter.
Ari Alon Howard.
Donovan Ingram.
Owen Maxwell Howard.
Carson Neal Johnson.
Joseph Laframboise Hume.
Gabrielle Catherine Johnson.
Amar Najib Hussein.
Victoria Rose Johnson.
Bennett Anthony Jensen.
Dalton Christopher Jones.
Dylan Ray Johnson.
Tyler Jean Josephs.
Jeffrey Gregory John Johnson.
Tristan Jotblad.
Anna Jean Jones.
Bennett Patrick Jungman.
Jakayla Unique Jones.
Mason J. Jerkovich.
Hayden Jotblad.
Brady Galvin Nealing.
Hannah Grace Jurgens.
Colby Hudson Kintz.
Cleo Jean Jerkovich.
Jordan Ronnie Keys.
Finn Andrew Carney.
Maria Tanya Kimlinger.
Kiera Rose Keese.
Adina Lorraine Clawwitter.
Gabriel Michael Kessel.
Ethan Lee Cluck.
Faith Dohali Ka.
Colton Marcus Nguyen Knudsen.
Riley Elizabeth Kistner.
Landon William Kohler.
Andrew Jacob Clear.
Isaac Edwin Kolstad.
Adelaide Marie Knutson.
Ellie Marie Cook.
Andrew Harold Kolinik.
Travis Kotke.
Larissa Kaylin Komerick.
Kyler James Koval.
Carmen Elizabeth Paranto.
Evan Lee Kruger.
Kendall Kotzmacher.
Kinsey Kubas.
Gavin David Krenz.
Blue William Kurkowski.
Alara Gaheen Cruz.
Nathan Anthony Landucci.
Savannah Pachura Ku.
Bonnie Faye Langenbach Thrush.
Mark Kurene Sky.
Amaya Joe Lattimore.
Cody Neil Lang.
Anaya Camille Laws.
Jack Thomas Larson.
Brady Stephen Ledman.
Vaughn Patrick Larson.
Shanalise Gochiashi Lee.
Jacob Robert Lawrence.
Merrick Tiberius Lemon Chafin.
Emmeline Jean Leafblad.
Brady Joseph Leopold.
Pang Lee.
Gavin Lee Lillibridge.
Desia Lee Side 2.
Isaiah Kendrick Livers.
Ryan James Lench.
Benjamin Keith Lockwood.
Gabriella Marie Liebgott.
Jace Christian Lombardi.
Isaac Allen Lindholm.
Audrey May Lonsky.
Benjamin William Livingston.
Nathan Lohr.
Emerson May Locken.
Cherie Goa Ga Chi Lohr.
Johnny Lanetti.
Cyrus William Ludwig.
Laura Lopez.
Sophia Guzman Luna.
Enkau Lor.
Carson Michael Luxem.
Louis William Love.
Cameron August Michael McEwen.
Noah Thomas Ludwig.
Brianna Lee Mankey.
Aiden Nathaniel Lundgren.
Jenna Marie Malloy.
Evelyn Baker Thompson Lynch.
Presley Ann Manship.
Mason Arnold Magnuson.
Giada Ann Marino.
Andrew Joseph Mailer.
Jose Luis Marrero.
Samuel Thomas Mankey.
Brittany Elizabeth Martinez.
Keely Rosalie Manuel Nondoka.
Isabella Marie Matt.
Antonio Marquez Dolores.
Zachariah Maximed Rashid.
Xavier Martin.
Lila Jean McCann.
Brianna Montemoros.
Nevea Ray McCorkle.
Sophia Grace Matt.
Marilyn Ruby McCain.
Makaris Ayok Mbu.
Benjamin John McMillan.
Keegan Charles McCarty.
Harrison Connor McNerlin.
Caitlin K. McCormick.
Aaron Marie Messerschmidt.
Audrey Rose McDonough.
Petra Eileen Middleton.
Carter James McLeod.
Matthew David Millard.
Kara Jean McMonigal.
Abigail Rose Mizgin.
Anna Lee Menke.
Elias Hussein Wali Muhammad.
Bryson Lee Metzler.
Torn Xavier Mongold.
Ada Juliet Milbrent.
Louis Edward Moore.
Winfred Mateo Miranda Sastamoinen.
Adriana Lynn Morales Lindman.
Josephine Lane Malenik.
Cole Von Morin.
Devin Daniel Mohr.
Tatiana Jocelyn Mortel.
Aiden David Moore.
Owen Wilfried Mortimer.
Mallory Joe Moore.
Shelley Ghana Mua.
Maxwell Reed Moray.
Zane Harold Mueller.
Donovan Morris.
Benjamin Joseph Moliere.
Samuel Joseph Mortensen.
Nadia Musa.
Alexa Christine Moser.
Adam Christopher Napgetzik.
Addison Nicole Mueller.
Brander Van Ulrich Nelson.
Luke Stephen Malava.
Stephen James Nelson.
William Ernesta Navas.
Jackson Lee Newton.
Elkin Rafael Munoz Loja.
Tyler Najelski.
Amelia Rose Naxan.
Cameron Michael Norman.
Samantha Rose Nelson.
Eleanor Joy Novotny.
Evan Robert Newlander.
Logan Kenneth Nurka.
Maria Tao Win.
Michaela Olivia O'Hagan.
Mason James Noreen.
Ethan Thomas Olive.
Noah Hendrick Norman.
Skylar McKenna Olson.
Fortune Abenwe Numfor.
Heidi Orendo Mendez.
Abigail Rose O'Brien.
Eleda Lisbeth Ortiz.
Nestor Antonio Ojeda Alanis.
Temi Topen Praise Oyekunle.
Jonathan Darrell Olson.
Allison Grace Palmgren.
Asia Janelle Olson.
Anthony Keith Parada Romero.
Thomas James Orsello.
Aubrey Joy Parker.
Nakari Nana Ose.
Cody Allen Parnell.
Camden Elijah Oxton.
Jacob Pashuk.
Benjamin Wallace Palmer.
Dylan Henry Paulson.
Cielo Nlevi Rendon Palomares.
Lydia Lee Pearson.
Jackson John Pariso.
Preston Peliquin.
Elliot Moses Parker.
Julieta Anjare Perez Herrera.
Sarah Elizabeth Pash.
Joseph Alexander Perkins.
William Richard Paslowski.
Peyton Julia Peters.
Finley Alexander Paulson.
Dylan Richard Peterson.
Oscar A. Pasina Rivera.
Sydney Olivia File.
Talon Peliquin.
Daria Pollard.
Abigail Perez.
Olivia Addison Post.
Paige Francis Peters.
Carmen Cornelia Priftakis.
Colby Michael Peterson.
Charles Richard Racine.
Madeline Grace Peterson.
Corey Marshawn Rahim.
Natalie Grace Plain.
Elias Andrew Ramirez.
Raquan D. Porter.
Emerson Janelle Rosh.
Gavin Benjamin Potter.
Colton Philip Wesley Reeves.
Giovanni Alexander Pugsley.
Naomi Zola Rediger.
Juliana Ramirez Barrios.
Jeremy Roger Reichel.
Ashlyn Sarah Radcliffe.
Joseph William Remmer.
Antonio Martin Ramos Kingbird.
Morgan Drew Richards.
Hannah K. Rausch.
Elizabeth Shea Rivard.
Gabriel Luke Red.
William James Roach.
Alexander James Rich.
Blake Stephen Rolfer.
Aubrey Bell Rigstead.
Delaney Renee Rosewell.
Jocelyn Reyes.
Natalie Christine Rao.
Emma May Riley.
Grant Nicholas Rudine.
Sienna Grace Rivera.
Alexa Grace Sampson.
Michelangelo Irwin Roman.
David Stephen San.
Ash Rosbeck.
Giovanni Anthony Sinetti.
Braden Roten.
Kylie Mary Schockner.
Grayson Ray Runquist.
Anthony Joseph Shifsky.
Rithi Darius Sane.
Caden Jean Schrader.
Jody Marie Sams.
Brendan Ray Templeton Schweiger.
Dominic Thomas Serwine.
Samuel James Seavey.
Lily Faye Sheets.
Tori Semelis.
Charlotte Rose Schroeder.
David Franklin Scherfheim.
Cody David Schwab.
Corbin Thomas Shapolsky.
Samuel Peter Skoba.
Jeffrey Raymond Sickler Kubiziewski.
Olivia Claire Seelix.
Nicholas James Simonson.
Nathan Edward Servaka.
Ethan August Smakal.
Atticus Shaw Schultz.
Rebecca Lynn Smith.
Sasha Estelle Shaipolsky.
Paige Savannah Sogard.
Brooke Elizabeth Sikich.
Adam Richard Spanier.
Anna Margaret Simmons.
Benjamin Gus Spindler.
Sullivan Seamus Slater.
Ella Camille Stather.
James Lucas Smith.
Tyler James Starry.
Amanda Ann Smythe.
Leah Aaron Stein.
Madeline Kathleen Spaeth.
Noah James Studier. Hain.
Dylan Michael Spence.
Kellen James Swanson.
Isabel Cosette St. John.
Chloe Ariasha Ta Na Leon.
Joshua Michael Staffke.
Madison Ann Tesh.
Natalie Harta Steensland.
Matthew Kubno Tao.
Corbin Christopher Stepnick.
Joseph Paul Valdez Thibodeau.
Roni Michael Sutton.
Claire Catherine Tamala.
Lily Catherine Swidajewski.
Brianna Grace Timmermanis.
Grace Victorine Yu Tawa.
Owen Andrew Torgrimson.
Riley J. Tebb.
Dustin Tran.
James Tao.
Brooke Tori Tubising.
Serenity Pa Chia Tao.
Nathan Tved.
Catherine Mary Thies.
Jonathan Randall Underbaki.
Samaya Lee Tibbetts.
Micah Ut Alam.
Melissa Tolentino Lucho.
Tevin Tua Yi Vang.
Allison Olina Torntor.
Vincent Ya Pa Vang.
McKinley Lynn Torso.
Elena Marie Vlieger.
Joelle Alexandra Tveit.
Adeline Elizabeth Vocek.
Amir Rashad Usman.
Haley Karen Volkmeyer.
Tristan Chili Vang.
Noel Mai Cha Vu.
Olivia May Vermish.
Ava Ray Viola Walters.
Danielle Lynn Vo.
Austin Warner.
Sophia Louisa Volkman.
Brooke Mackenzie Waxberg.
Emmett Gregory Volth.
Alec Elise Weaver.
Cora May Wall.
Ella Marie Werke.
Tessa Jeanette Walton.
Chancellor Davis Wetstein.
Benjamin Kai Watson.
Colby Whitcomb.
Salma Wazwaz.
Miles Robert Whitney II.
Isaiah Christopher Weber.
William Wigstrom.
Nathaniel David Wells.
Noel Ellen Wilding.
Denham James Whalen.
Annalise Noel Wolfile.
Isabella Ann Marie Whitman.
Charlie Robert Woodcock.
Elise Marie Wiener.
Gerald Anthony Wright.
Evangeline Elaine Wilbur.
Angelina Gao Li Zhang.
Ava Margaret Wilson.
Ivory Gua Ni A Zhang.
Jonathan Mun Hing Wong.
Candace Zhang.
Megan Ann Worms.
McKenna Conley Yak.
Alex Pazong Zhang.
Elijah Yang.
Gwendolyn Gaozua Zhang.
Jocelina Gao Huaya Shi Yang.
Jaden Gizong Zhang.
Jesse Young.
Jordan Keisha Yang.
Guadalupe Zaraga Soliaro.
Joseph Kongfang Yang.
Griffin Chase Zaccardi.
Thomas Young.
Savannah Elizabeth Barnes.
Chloe Jean Zender.
Kyla May Collings.
Kevin David Zollinger.
Dalia Treya Maya Zuniga.
Cooper Milo Swissler. Triton R. Peterson. Rama Aldani.
Commencement ceremonies are rich in tradition. One of the most symbolic moments is the moving of the tassel, a final act of unity and a proud sign that you are now alumni of White Bear Lake Area High School. Class of 2025, please move your tassels from right to left. Graduates, this is a great time to acknowledge those who have supported you on this journey, your parents, your grandparents, and your family members. Please turn to them and join me in a round of applause. Our next student selected to deliver the Look to the Future address is Yahida Nukchiklana. Yahida began her educational journey at Lake Aries Elementary School and continued through Sunrise Middle School. She has been a vibrant part of becoming part of the arts community at White Bear Lake Area High School, participating in the high school musical all 4 years, and serving as a student director for the middle school musicals each year. Yahida has also actively involved in both orchestra and choir. Her leadership extends beyond the stage. She has served as student council treasurer and student council president, was honored with the Most Outstanding Award for Minnesota Spotlight Musical Theater Program, and was named Student of the Month for the entire theater department. This fall, Yahida will attend Concordia University St. Paul. Please welcome Yahida Nukchiklana as she delivers the Class of 2025 Look to the Future address.
If I speak too fast, please forgive me, but please listen up because I have some things to say. Hello, White Bear Lake graduating class of 2025. My name is Yahida Enid Mewia Nukchiklana. Graduating class of 2025, I'd like you all to do me a favor. I want you to look around and make eye contact with someone. It can be a stranger, it could be your best friend. You can look at your favorite teacher. You can look at that one person in the hallways whose outfits were always so amazing, but you never got around to telling them. Guys, please don't all look up here. And nobody's looking. Okay. I want you to look at that person and say 1 in 400 trillion. 1 in 400 trillion is the chance of you being born. To quote Neil deGrasse Tyson, you are alive against stupendous odds. So the question is, what are you going to do now? A majority of you will attend college, either for 2 or 4 years, or to my medical majors, you'll be signing your life away to college. But we thank you for your service. Speaking of service, others will join the military or immediately enter the workforce. No matter where you will be, it won't be here. So please, look around. 1 in 400 trillion. The seats you are sitting on, the people that surround you, most people who could have existed will never get to see that. So I'll repeat my question. What will you do now? I want to encourage you all to make a positive impact on the world that benefits more than just yourself. Speak up for the voiceless, and if you see injustice, then speak out against it. If nothing changes, then nothing changes. Hold people responsible for their actions, and do not be afraid to admit when you're wrong. Freedom is never granted, it is won. Justice is never given, it is exacted. Philip Randolph, co-organizer in the 1963 March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom, and key figure for ending segregation in the U.S. Armed Forces. The real injustice doesn't begin with the evil. It begins when people don't do anything to stop it. Now back to my question. What will you do now? Your independent life is starting, and some of the best advice I can give you is from Daniel Caesar. It's never over till it's over, and it's not over till you're dead. So, pursue that career. Volunteer at that shelter. Start before you're ready. Go on that trip. Do it scared. Do it confident. Do it without knowing if you're going to succeed, because you trying your best is enough. You are enough. I would like to thank my lovely mother and aunt for always supporting me. Thank you to my lovely father, who is no longer here with us, but still watching over me. Thank you to my sister for, the other day she said to me, Yahida, you're really weird, but that's it. So thank you, Ninjai, for always keeping me humble. Last but not least, I want to thank all of you for the past 4 years. Thank you for your hard work, your determination, and your perseverance. I want you to take what you've learned during your tenure as a student, in and out of the classroom, and remember what it felt like. I want you to remember that one time you got called on to answer a question in class, the one time you had to tell your friend about the dance fight that happened during passing time. I want you to remember what it was like to almost get pushed off these bleachers while standing on your tippy toes chanting, "We got the spirit." I want you to remember this moment, when you realize that the education White Lake provided to you couldn't be possible without you having to take risks, make mistakes, and show up day after day against stupendous odds. For my last celebrity quote, I want to leave you with, anyways, don't be a stranger. I hope to see some of you in Congress or on my TV screen or simply in your respective careers, changing the lives of those around you, just as much as I hope to pass by you in the grocery store and give a smile and a wave. Thank you all for being here, despite any and all challenges that it took for you to get that diploma in your hands. 1 in 400 trillion. White Bear Lake graduating class of 2025, we did it! Congratulations!
Thank you, Yahida, for your inspiring words and vision for the future. We have one last musical performance. Graduates at this time, join the orchestra, band, and choir for the performance of Coronation Fanfare, performed by White Bear Lake Area High School's band orchestra, conducted by Shan. As we close this memorable evening, I want to extend my sincere congratulations to each and every one of our graduates. We are so proud of you. A heartfelt thank you to our student speakers for sharing your voices and stories, and to Ms. Tanya Giese, our senior class advisor, whose dedication and behind-the-scenes work helped bring this celebration to life. At this time, I'd like to invite our senior class officers, Kiana Giese, Morgan Holmstrom, Lily Seifried, and Izzy Toe, and our student council co-presidents, Lily Jenkins and Lauren Chafee, to the stage. Graduates, please stand.
It is our honor to officially present to you the White Bear Lake Area High School Class of 2025. Congrats, graduates. It is now time to toss our caps. Follow our lead.